I'm Steve from Visual Paranormal Investigations, and tonight we're investigating this location, which was a former boarding house in the town of Saugerties, New York.
My name is Frank, and I am the caretaker of the property. The building was constructed back in the 1800s. A lot of people stayed here. There's several floors in this building. There's been times people heard footsteps, doors slamming. Majority of these incidents that have been reported took place on the second and third floor of this building. To this date, it's happened, but I can't find anybody because I go upstairs, I check the building every day.
From what I understand, there was a murder that may have been connected to this place when it was a boarding house.
That is correct.
Can you give me a little bit of idea of what happened?
Well, allegedly it happened in the late 20s, early 30s. Murder was found on the opposite side of the street on another piece of property adjoining this property.
This is where they found the body.
Behind here was a pool and there's steps which are still there.
Now we're not that far from the back of the boarding house.
We're probably about 35 yards.
So basically, it's quite possible that if something did happen in there, they could have got rid of the body by just dragging it out here and dumping it.
There were people who refused to go up on that third floor. If you want a tour of this building, we could do that.
Frank, this room is really interesting. This is actually the original wallpaper.
That's correct.
So you're saying this wallpaper is up since about mid-1800s?
That's correct.
Boy, oh boy. What about this?
That was a dresser that's been here when it was the boarding house.
Oh, so this is authentic to the period.
Yes, it is.
What do you think of this place, Lou?
Definitely old, hot, but definitely old. You could smell it.
And you get a feel in this place, in this room in particular.
Yeah, it's, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a feel something.
This was another bedroom. I guess that was the closet. And there was another bedroom back over here.
Let's check that out.
Yeah, you want to shine a light. That looks like an eaves, I would think. Like a storage area.
Yes.
Okay. And let's take a walk just to one
Here's
more.
the original sink.
Wow.
Wood.
That's the original sink?
Yeah.
It's made out of wood?
Yeah, it's wood.
Even
Treated.
the bottom?
It's treated. It's treated like some kind of wax or something to keep it from, you know, the wood from absorbing the water. But yeah, that's wood.
This staircase led to the back of the building and brought you into the kitchen, which is now, this is boarded up now, closed off.
I understand that this area, this hotel or boarding house, closed in the 50s, the 1950s.
That's correct.
I tell you one thing, the people that stayed here in the summer, they were made of way tougher stuff than I am, because it's like a sauna up here.
It's 94 degrees.
Right now, Elsie, who's standing with the meter, which also has a thermocoupling on it, tells us the temperature. It's 94 degrees right in here. And I'm sweating bullets, Lou's sweating bullets, and you look a little warm too. So maybe we'll take a look at the basement, which tends to be a little cooler.
Definitely an old feel down here. This is like where we did all the cooking and stuff.
This was the old oven, and I'm assuming it's a wood-burning oven. All right, this is Steve. I'm down in the basement of the boarding house. Our two guest investigators, or guests for Paranormal Access, Lou and Elsie, are here. I'm going to begin tonight with a e.v.p. session, hopefully to do live playback, down in the basement where Elsie claimed she heard the name Evelyn. And we came to find out that there was someone named Eleanor, and her last name was Nicarata. On the way here, Lou was taken by the name Nicarata. He said it twice. I want to know if that's a connection to Eleanor. Are there any other spirits in this area, in this basement, or in this boarding house that would care to speak to us tonight? Again, we mean you no harm. We're just here to talk to you. Maybe we can help you. If there's anyone that needs help, can you please tell me if you need help? All right, I'm going to stop now and do a live playback.
Does the name Eleanor mean anything to anyone? Was there an Evelyn here at any time? Mean anything to anyone?
I'm replaying this right now
Was there an Evelyn here
at a slow
at
speed.
any time?
All right, I'm not 100% certain, but I think that might have been an e.v.p. I'm not 100% certain. I'm going to start a spirit box session. I have this set in the fastest sweep rate in reverse mode. And I'm going to begin by saying, my name is Steve. Can you please tell me your name? You can speak through this device. Is there a female spirit here? Can you please tell me a name?
Robert.
All right, I need somebody to say something. Who takes care of this place?
All right.
After capturing the name David, it's also interesting that the light anomaly that was captured by our cameras was heading in the direction of Nell, who moments later reported feeling something leaning against her back. I need it clear. You're feeling something on your back? All right, we're going to stop for a second. Luke, can you swing around maybe and shoot her? Is anybody by Nell?
The left-hand side of my back feels like someone's leaning on it. I can feel the pressure.
Can you come over by me? I'm going to hold my hand out. Can you touch my hand? I know we're getting voices, but I can't make them out. No, I can't. All right, don't give up. Just follow us. We're going to try to communicate with you in another area in the hotel.
Hi, my name is Lou Avilleira, and this is my first paranormal investigation. I mean, I was looking at the scenery around it, very picturesque, very nice, very postcardish. And I happened to see a name on a sign that just stuck out in my head for some reason. I don't know why. It just said Nacarado Insurance, and I just thought that was, you know, an interesting name, Nacarado. And I said it twice, and the young lady who was next to me, Nell, kind of looked at me like, you know, why would he say that? I come into this room, and I felt something dark around me, like just something enveloping around me, and it kind of an uneasy feeling. I wasn't scared, but I felt something was here. And then I left this room, and then I had told Elsie, who was with me here, what I have experienced.
So I walked in here, I kind of dropped my guard down a little bit, figured, you know, just in case, let me see if what Lou felt was real to some extent. I came in here, I didn't feel anything. So we walked around a bit, and then when we were all heading out, I still had one of the monitors, and I think I had the recorder in my hand. Right to the right of this room, there's a kitchen, and the kitchen, the lights were off. But I was drawn to walk over there, and when I walked over to that room right there, I looked down the kitchen, and I'm not saying I saw anything. What I am saying is that I could feel a presence, but it was all the way at the end of the kitchen. I didn't walk all the way down there until later tonight, but it felt like something that saw me. I could tell you that I felt like it turned and it saw me. At that point, Nell, I believe Nell called me over. She goes, Elsie, you know, let's go. So I skedaddled out. And then, you know, when we were in the front, in the lobby area, I started sharing with you eventually what I felt, and I shared it with Steve. Eventually we figured out, after you seeing a photo upstairs.
On the second floor, I took it upon myself while Elsie was discussing. I didn't hear what she was discussing with Steve or Nell.
Yeah, I
just
heard it
something
too.
over there.
There's nothing over there, I don't think, that could have made that noise. There's not a machine or like an ice machine or anything like that. All right, we're running on e.v.p right now. The e.v.p recorder is recording right now, so is there anyone here with us right now?
Eleanor, are you here with us?
We mean you no harm. Not at all. We're just here to communicate with you. Did you work here? Was this like your second home? Now, on the way up here, I saw a name. It came to me twice. Nacarado. Eleanor, are you here with us? This is her spot.
This is her spot.
This is her spot. This is where I felt it, man. I'm telling you. I felt something when I came in here. I felt something right here, dude. Right here. This is her spot. This is where she made her food. This is where she did the dishes.
Yeah.
I felt it right here.
Let's not get crazy for a minute. This is pinning. See? Oh, no, it's not. Could be this. There's too much that it could be, that could be explained. Like you have that big refrigerator. I don't know how much amps this is using or what this is doing. It's not doing it here, right?
No.
It's not doing it here. That's why this is going off consistently there. You know what? Let me try something. Put this out for a minute. Lights off. Nothing here. All right? That was a false alarm. It was, you know what it was. See?
Yeah.
Nothing at all. I thought it might have been these outlets, but I think it's the
Main lights.
fluorescent
Yeah.
lights. Now turn it on. It's definitely the lights.
Now, could that have been what I felt here too?
No, the lights were off.
That's true. That
Yeah.
They were never on.
It's giving us a false reading right now because of these fluorescents. All right, so this is going off. Right now I'm in the kitchen. I'm going to start an EVP session. This is where we were getting the very high spikes and the alarms on the millimeter because of the ballasts of the fluorescent lights, which were leaking EMF, and it was picking it up and creating essentially a fear cage where the EMF does affect people. But could that EMF that's leaking also energize spirits? That's my question. So I'm going to do an EVP session in here and see if I get anything. I'm running on the EVP recorder. I have another one here because I'm going to move throughout this kitchen, and I'm going to start right now. My name is Steve. Is Eleanor here? How many people worked in this kitchen at one time? At one time. When we were here with Elsie and Lou, they sent something in this room. Now that could have been the effect, the fluorescent lights, or it could have been something else. Is there someone here in this kitchen with me now? Please, please, tell me a name.
This is the room where I saw the picture of Eleanor Nacarado. I was drawn to this picture for some reason. I'm going to start the spirit box now. You were downstairs before, weren't you?
Is there another spirit here other than Eleanor? Yes.
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 What is your name, sir? Was somebody killed and their body dumped on the road beside this building?
Were there bad men here?
I thought I heard somebody say evil. Did something evil happen here when it was a boarding house? Was there trouble? Who died here? How many people? Is there anything dark on the third floor? Anything negative on the third floor? If there is, put your big boy pants on and let us know. Nell and I are now out behind the boarding house where possibly a body was dragged from the boarding house and deposited along the roadway. All right, we're right opposite that roadway. We can't actually conduct an EVP section in the road because there's too many cars that go by. So we're going to try it here. And I'm going to start running on EVP right now. And you want to start with the first question?
Okay. Can you tell me if it was a male or a female that was murdered?
Was the body that was found here in the 1920s actually deposited here from this boarding house?
Could you tell us how old you were?
I just heard a sound. I want to make note of
Yeah.
it. And could be natural, you know, we're outside, but it did sound like a click.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hand you this, and I'm going to check the camera to see if it's shut off.
Okay.
All right, let's let everybody know what's going on right now. We're conducting, again, an EVP session and an Ovilus session, and we are definitely hearing sounds.
Yeah. Rustling.
Rustling sounds through the foliage. Could be an animal.
Yeah,
I'm not
could
saying
be a
it's
deer.
anything, but it's funny. It's in the area. Sounds like it's coming from the area where the body was found. I have the camera pointed at the road, and you can see there is a little bit of a breeze, but if you look in this area over here, you'll see the fence, and this is where the body was found, a little bit further down the road. And that's where we're hearing something moving around. It sounds like behind that fence, would you say, Nell?
Yeah, definitely.
If you're there, can you come to us? If you're there, can you come to us and maybe tell us your name, something? We don't want you to be just a number in a statistic book from the 20s in the police station.
I'd like to be able to look you up and learn about you. Learn what happened to you.
All right, right now I'm up on the back stairway, and if there had been a murder associated with this boarding house, this would have been the easiest way to dispose of the body. All right, right now I'm starting an EVP session in that stairway, and we're going to see what happens. Is there anyone up here who was harmed in this hotel? Harmed in this hotel. Right now I want to speak to the negative entity that is frightening people and causing them to be afraid to come up to the 3rd floor. I want to know who you are and what you want. Maybe I can help you. Maybe it's something you need. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. Was your body dragged down these steps and out into the street and discarded?
Hi, it's Nell from Visual Paranormal Investigations. I'm up on the 3rd floor. Earlier I was sat opposite where I am now and looking towards this doorway behind me, and I saw what looked to be something dark in the doorway. It wasn't a person or shadow or anything like that. It looked like there was a dark curtain just inside the doorway. So I've come up here. I'm going to try and do a spirit box session and see if I can get some answers to that, as to what I saw. Can somebody tell me what I saw in the doorway earlier? What did you use the room for? Do you make the footsteps that have been heard here? Who is speaking now? Can you say your name, please?
Right now, I think we can call it.
Yeah. Thank you if you spoke.
Thank you very much if you did communicate. We appreciate it. Good night.
I'm going to do an Ovilus session. As I switched it on, it's already said 3 words. It said need, remember, and slight. Do you remember staying in this guest house? Do you need some help?
Did you suffer some kind of slight or insult while you were here?
Heard a noise on the landing.
Yeah.
Mop.
Mop.
Did you clean in this place?
Were you a chambermaid? Is that who Lisa is? Were you a chambermaid? Is that who Lisa is?
Could this EVP be referring to both Nell and Elsie, who are both undergoing chemotherapy to treat cancer? All right, we've come to the end of tonight's investigation at the boarding house in Saugerties, New York. You've had some interesting experiences.
You think?
Yeah. And definitely Elsie had some eye-opening kind of experiences.
Absolutely.
And just from your vantage point, how do you feel this evening went?
I learned a lot of things about myself. For one, I never knew I had this gift. I always thought it was just my imagination running wild, and what happened today confirmed what you said.
Yeah.
And it's mind-blowing. And Elsie is receptive to that too. She just never wanted to admit it.
And that's not a bad thing. It really isn't a bad thing. I think everybody has it to some degree. Some people have it a little more, some people have it a little more developed. It could be genetics or who knows, passed down through the family. Mm-hmm. Okay? And we're going to see what we find. We're going to go through our evidence, through the footage. And I'd like to thank you both very much for coming along and helping out and working on this as hard as you did. I do appreciate it. Nell appreciates it. And on behalf of everybody who likes visual paranormal, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us on here.
It was an honor. Thank you.
Okay. And everybody, hang in there and good night.
Night.